Holy crap, my friends, 300 plus fixes in this latest patch. And the loot drop. And yeah, that happened. Anyways, let's talk about it. Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my Anthem brothers and sisters out there in Anthem world land. How's everyone doing, my beautiful freelancers? If this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all your Anthem news and updates and fun in a weird sort of way from this bearded BioWare influencer ding dong named me, Boomy. Anyways, friends, we had early, I might add, giant patch has hit. The 300 plus fixes has hit, but of course with it came a loot issue because it bugged out the loot to where it dropped quite freely for everyone, and then BioWare went and fixed it into where to loot is kind of back to where it used to be, and of course all the gnashing and teeth of all the babies in the world are going at it like crazy. Hopefully BioWare will realize they should have just left it well enough alone. Anyways, my friends, let's get into the massive update that's here. Let's hope that this is not an extremely long video, because I'm going to go through the high-level fixes and changes that has been given to us. And I might say, having played around with it a little bit, the game feels a whole lot different in a very good way, outside of the loot issue. Let's get into it. Now here we go, my friends. Like I said, high-level fixes and changes. Let's start it out. Let's get to this. Respawn restrictions have been removed. Your respawn timers are now based on the activity a player is in. Your crit path, agent missions, and other non-end game missions now have a respawn timer of 10 seconds. Strongholds, legendary contracts, and other end game missions now have a respawn timer of 30 seconds. The respawn timer free play remains unchanged. Loot changes. Outside of this, we don't want to talk about it. Your common white and green drops will no longer appear for players that are level 30. I think this is a great change. Awesome. Improved stability to all platforms. This includes fixes for a number of issues that were causing crashes or connection problems. Hello, PlayStation 4. How you guys doing? Put your comments in the comment section below if you're a PlayStation 4 person. Let me know how that's going for you. If you had issues, are you still having them? And for audio improvements, they fixed a number of issues that could cause audio to drop out. I personally have never had this happen, but I was there when a friend of mine did report that it happened to him. Now let's get into our general fixes and improvements. Fixed a number of issues that were blocking players from accessing the Forge. I've never had that happen to me, so it was probably the Forge's way of saying, listen, you've been in here too long, you really need to just back off, go outside, see the sun. Let's continue. All missions should now properly end with all conditions. I'm sorry, let me do that again. All missions should now properly end when all conditions have been met. The inbox now properly displays information on PC. The inbox is found in the newsfeed. Oh, that's good. Fixed an issue that would cause players to be unable to interact with NPCs in Fort Tarsus, or maybe they just didn't like you and didn't want to talk to you. That could be a thing too. The vault is no longer accessible from the Forge. Good, I never go in the vault. This change was made to improve performance. I honestly, the vault, like that vault guy, I don't ever use it. Ever. Just saying, I would be okay if they removed that and he just sold candy canes. Party on. Titans will no longer respawn on missions that they are defeated. Example, of players defeat 2 out of 3 Titans and they wipe on the third, the first 2 will not reappear to avenge their brother's death, or as when this says, when players respawn during a mission. Fix an issue that would cause a game to hang when entering menus while on an expedition. Server shutdown messages should now appear less often, yay. The ability to quick play into a stronghold has been added back to the game, huzzah! Mouse button number 4, I know Ben Irvin was talking about this, is no longer bound to the back button but for PC players. Crashes that occurred while selecting certain conversation options when interacting with an NPC has also been fixed. Players should no longer get stuck at the end of the Tomb of General Tarsus mission. I'm sorry if you guys did. Players should now run into less issues during quick play missions. Additional improvements to quick play will be coming in future updates. And with that said, the crew is now working on the next patch of updates for us to enjoy. Man, these guys are blazing through it. This is how it should be done. Let's continue. Players should now receive credit for the There Be Giants challenge when they are downed and when the event is active. Improve the audio when defeating creatures to provide better feedback, so we can hear the grabbits scream as we kill them slowly. Yes. Change wording for server shutdown messaging to better indicate that it is just a player's server shutting down, not the entire game server. Players may now launch an expedition from anywhere within the launch bay and Fort Tarsis. I was going to say Tarsis. I was really fighting myself from saying that. Yes, that is in the game. That is, hit R and you are good to go. PS4 LED lights will now change based on the Javelin being used. That is kind of cool, to be honest with you. It should now be harder for players to get stun locked by certain enemy compositions. The values on max flight time inscriptions have been increased. The appearance of the N7 vinyl on Legion of Dawn armor has been improved. Halleck, hello. I keep thinking of the Hulk whenever I see that. Halleck will now properly face players during certain dialogue scenes. Again, maybe he doesn't like you. Have you considered that option? The message, open the Cortex to track the Legionnaire challenges. Now, I might not have experienced most of these things like some people have. Boy, this one right here, has annoyed the crap out of me, let me tell you. The message, open the Cortex to track the Legionnaire challenges, will no longer pop up after completing the appropriate challenges. It seems like every time you sneezed, it popped up. Strongholds, the quality of loot from Stronghold chests have been improved. No more common and uncommon drops. Fix an issue that would cause players to get stuck at the entrance to the sewers in a Temple of Scar Stronghold. Creature updates, Titans. We have made several balance changes to all variations of Titans. Reduced overall damage mitigation from 100% to 70% to 75% depending on the damage type. Increased the time that the weak points are exposed. Fixed an issue that prevented effects from applying and thus preventing combos. Sad, we all love our combos. Increased the damage the Titan takes from weakened hit points. Lesser Titan weak points have been changed to always be active. Improve the collision on the ring and seeking projectile attacks. This should make them easier to dodge. Decrease the radius of the seeking projectile attack. Yay. Decrease the damage done by the self-destruct ability. Anyone else seen, and you're going to see a lot of it in here, we're not getting nerfs. We're getting a lot of buffs. Typically, in a game, brand new game, when they start applying patches, you get a lot of nerfs because everything's overpowered. However, in this one, a lot of things, are getting buffed, and that's a good thing. Where are we? Frozen Scar Enforcers and Scrappers can no longer move or attack while frozen. That's good because that just didn't make sense. The monitor's health has been greatly reduced in the Heart of Rage Stronghold. And force, players will be less likely to be repeatedly staggered by heavy attacks unless they're drinking a lot. Adjusted a force applied by some creatures' attacks down, which will lower the frequency of players being staggered. Again, depends on how much Johnny Walker. Damage and item scaling changes. Here we go, some more buffs. Everyone get ready. Adjusted the damage scaling of secondary damage sources. These now scale with average item power. This will allow these damage sources to better scale in the Grandmaster difficulties. This will increase the scaling of the following: melee damage, combo damage, ultimate damage, status effect, and item procs, e.g. proc from Yervina's Thunder. Item power scaling has changed to better reflect the actual power of the item based on its rarity. This is applied to all items retroactively. So if you had one sitting in there and you were worried that this was not going to cover the masterwork stuff that you've gotten before, the legendaries, you're good to go. Players will also see the power of their items go up. Now here's some gameplay bug fixes that are really highlighted in this patch. The ultimate ability bar will no longer appear full, thank God. And that one has definitely affected me. I've gotten uber excited to use it and kill a lot of grabbits and scars, and then it just didn't work. I mean, we've all had nights like that, right? I'm just going to continue because this is getting awkward. The weapon recoil now stop once an exo is looking straight up. Fix a number of animation issues that could occur when the Colossus is using its shield. It should no longer be possible for the Interceptor to become frozen while starting up their ultimate. Interceptor aura damage will now deal the correct type of damage based on the active aura. Players can no longer equip abilities from one Javelin to another. The Colossus can now use gear faster after being attacked by a heavy hit from enemies. The Colossus can now also use the shield charge through destructible objects such as explosive canisters or harvest nodes. Go rampage all day long. The Colossus now recovers faster after crashing into walls. Yay! I wish I had that, because Johnny Walker. Item balances updates increase the base health of wind wall and bulwark. They talked about this, I talked about this on my last video, and they talked about this in the live stream. And from what I've been seeing on Reddit, even though that's become a dumpster heap, a lot of people are very happy with what they have done with Bulwark. But let me continue. Windwall and Bulwark point to provide better scaling and higher difficulties. The duration of these has been reduced to 20 seconds, down from a minute. Burst mortar's damage has been increased to 300. Up from 145, and its cooldown has been reduced to 6 seconds, down from 10 seconds. Its description has also been fixed. Your flat cannon's damage has been increased to 42, up from 30. Battle cry's description has been updated to explain that it also reduces the resistance of affected targets. Your Wraith Strike's damage has been increased to 250, up from 200, and it will now apply elemental effect to targets based on the active aura. Note, the description text for Wraith Strike will be updated in 1.4. Now, more bugs that they fixed. Windwall should no longer block or interfere with other playing abilities. Ranger Grenadier component will now correctly lower the cooldown of grenade abilities. Fixed an issue where certain weapons are not firing where the crosshairs were aimed. Yep, I had that one. That was fun. The Ice Blast ability for the Storm Javelin now has the primer icon correctly displayed. The thruster delay recovery inscription is now correctly applying a bonus. As we get into inscription bug fixes, the overheat delay recovery inscription is now correctly applying a bonus. The weapon reload bonus inscription is now correctly applying said bonus. These will have a non-update text values until the next patch 1.0.4. Now here we got some more Masterwork item balance updates. Increased the base damage of the following Masterwork weapons: Ralnar's Blaze, Rolling Carnage, Cycle of Pain, The Last Stand, Glorious Result, Insult and Injury, Sentinel Vengeance, Noster's Balm, that sounds naughty, Vasa's Surprise, that also sounds nasty, Soothing Touch, oh yes, Renewed Courage, sure. And Urintinta's Art and Nina's Gambit. Yeah, I totally butchered that one, but whatever. Masterwork bug fixes. Ralnar's Blaze will no longer roll with incorrect inscriptions. Albativ's Shielding, I butchered that, now provides a proper boost in shield and armor. Badge of Devastation. Badge of Devastation. Sounds like a bad 80s metal band. Will now generate more ultimate charge when triggered. No, not that type of triggered, a different type of triggered. It should no longer be possible to stack the effect from Gunslinger's Mark more than once. So there you have it, my friends. We have the highlights and bursts right there of what we got with the 300 plus fixes in this game. I'm glad all 300 weren't on this sheet, or we'd be here all day long. Now, these were some of the highlights, and as I said before, as I've gone in and played since this patch has dropped, things are a lot better, a lot smoother, and I am really liking this. And I love the fact that this was due on March 12th, but it came today, March 9th. They decided to bust this sucker out early. That is a good thing. They're working on these things quickly, and as I said before in the beginning of the video, they are working on the next cycle patch that we are to get, 1.0.4. So that is good. That is good. They are listening to everyone. I know Reddit, you don't think they are, but they are. Hopefully they will make the right decision with this whole loot situation, but I think they've done a great job with what they have done so far with this patch, and they should be praised. Suck it, haters. I don't care. They should be praised. They're working their butts off, and sometimes we just need to be a little patient and give them constructive criticism and feedback. Remember, together, we will. I'm not going to do that thing because I actually don't like it. Strong alone, stronger together. Okay, I guess in the sense it does work, but let's work with them and help them out because they are listening. They are still being very transparent, and they're punching out these patches and fixes rather quickly. My friends, remember to hit that like button if you like what you see here. Helps the channel out quite a bit. And if you want to become part of the family here, the Freak Show of YouTube, the Black Sheep of gaming, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Friends, remember to be kind. It's always about community, and we'll see you later. Good day.